to find it tonight. I wanna find it tonight. I'm changing you back.
Gracias. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. Before you begin your trip, you should know that the unpaved roads of the Hartmann Wildlife Reserve pass through rough and rugged terrain. You may experience bumps and sudden jolts on your safari adventure. To ensure a safe and pleasant trip, you should be in good health and free from high blood pressure, heart, back or neck problems, motion sickness, or other conditions that could be aggravated by this adventure. Expected models.
Wait, that's how many vehicles?
Once on board your safari transport, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet and legs inside, and remember to watch your children. Your transport will be arriving
more than I would have thought.
Well,
you all did a great job. This is one of the most fantastic things we've ever had.
Bienvenidos a Kilimanjaro Safaris. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Y cuiden sus niños. yes.
Welcome aboard my truck, friends. Slide all the way down your rows, make room for everyone. Make sure you are in love with your seat because there will be no seat swapping out here on the reserve. As soon as we take our final seats, my friends on the right, please watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Those doors will be sliding shut. But bam, there they go.
My bag is next to you.
Woohoo!
You want me to put it down?
No, it's fine.
Jump out, friends. My name is Michael. I'll be your driver today on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Now, before we go out, a few safety reminders. Please keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside my truck at all times and remain fully seated throughout the duration of our safari today. Now, it can be a bit of a rough and bumpy ride out here on the unpaved roads in Harambe. So you're definitely going to want to make sure you hold on to anything or anyone that may fall out of the truck because I promise you, as soon as it leaves your
That's why I
hands,
put my hair
it will
through a
not be
ponytail.
given back the same way that you dropped
Straight
it.
on from one-way road.
Once again, my name is Michael. I'll be your driver today. Welcome on in. The first area on the reserve here is known as the Little Ituri Forest. Now, here in the forest, the animals tend to be pretty shy and camouflage within their surroundings. So let's keep an eye out now for any movement in trees, bushes, bamboo, anything like that. Let's see who we'll be able to spot.
What is
Up
it?
there on the left, that is a greater kudu. Then over there on the right, that is the Okapi. Now the great and the bongo right there. Greater kudu are my tan colored friends. Bongos are my orange colored friends.
How does she zoom?
No greater
Down
kudu
there.
have horns, whereas the
Down here.
females don't. So what you're seeing there, those are female. There's one right in front of our truck too. And then my orange colored friends, the bongos, are so rare that they could coin the nickname the ghost of the forest.
What?
Both of those animals color mimic sunlight,
yeah,
helping
right.
them keep
Oh,
safe
look at
from
that.
predators.
Oh my goodness.
And then my friend that's way up there on the right, that Okapi, it may look like it's relative of the zebra. However, it's actually closer relative of the giraffe. And that's because of its
I
skull
got it.
structure. It even has a sticky tongue though, but stick to leaves here in the forest. It's just like giraffes. Okapis eat leaves. What a great view coming into the forest
Look at the rhino.
this
Oh my goodness.
afternoon.
Look at that.
All right.
Look at that rhino.
Can you see that black rhinoceros
get it?
right there?
Yeah.
There. Oh my goodness, it blended in so well with the rocks, I didn't even see them. There's two there.
Another one.
Those
There's
are
another
black
one.
rhinoceros. They have pointed upper lips. It's also one of the smallest rhinos, coming in at about 3,000 pounds. So he's quite the tiny little guy, aren't they?
3,000.
All right. See who else is active here in the forest. Now we're approaching a saddle-billed stork. Saddle-billed storks get their name from the little yellow patch on their bill. It's kind of shaped like a saddle. Actually, if you look left and right in your rows, that's about the same size as their wingspan, coming in at about 9 feet.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, there's one right here.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm good.
Heading out of the forest now into the Safi River, home to some of the semi-aquatic animals here on the reserve. These are animals that either like to hang out around the water or in it. So let's keep an eye out now for any bubbles. That is a great sign that an animal is down there lurking about. Down there on the right, those are some pink-backed pelicans. Now, pink-backed pelicans, of course, get their name from their pink backs, which actually happen to be more vibrant during mating season, so it's kind of like they're blushing at each other. They'll stand along the edge of the river and swoop out fish. And then I can't
Oh my
see-
gosh, there's a
Can
hippo.
you see a hippo there on the right? There'll also be hippos here on the left. I can't see some bubbles.
It popped out.
Now those are, of course, Nile hippopotamus. Hippos will walk and sleep along the bottom of the rivers. Every several minutes or so, its body will naturally drift up to the top to give them a breath of fresh air. And they'll plop it back down without even waking them up. That, of course, is a very long time to hold your breath. The Latin word hippopotamus means river horse. The smallest hippo weighs more than a small car. They actually can run faster than us on land.
There's one right there.
Now, a group of hippos, just like we're seeing in between this rock and the tree here, that is known as a bloat. A float of hippo.
I cannot get them because it's bouncing.
Can you see them down there, their little heads peeking out? Right underneath that waterfall in between that tree and the rock.
between the waterfall.
Make sure we do remain fully seated, my friends, first.
I don't see him.
Alrighty, let's continue on because just underneath this bridge here is going to be one of the largest and most powerful reptiles here on the reserve. That, of course, being a Nile crocodile. Crocs can grow about 16 feet long. And they're actually very, very great parents. With their eggs, they'll put them in their mouths, swish them around like we do with mouthwash. That keeps their egg at a perfect temperature and ready to hatch. Now once their egg does hatch, they'll put their babies in their mouths, just keeping them safe from any predators. And funny enough, crocs have one of the strongest bite forces. Let's make our way up here. We're going to be entering the Savanna, home to a lot of familiar faces here on the reserve. Just one moment.
A lot of animals out.
I know.
Alrighty. Now before we enter the savannah, take a look at this tree coming up on the right. As we get closer, maybe you can tell me what this tree here is missing. That, of course, is leaves. Now this tree right here is known as a Baobab tree. If you take a close look at its branches, they kind of look like roots, which give it its nickname, the upside down tree. Also, take a look at the big holes in the tree. That's from animals who will wind their way on up here and pick at it, getting some water and minerals from it, which coins its other nickname, the Tree of Life, which may sound familiar. Who knew a tree had so many nicknames? Alrighty. We will be winding our way around the savannah, so if you do see any friends off in the distance, don't worry. We're going to get closer to them coming up.
Giraffes.
Where? Oh
Right
yeah,
there.
over there.
Yeah.
Further, you'll see on the other side. You'll see it. Come around. Yeah, there's another one. Yes, it is.
44 now.
And then how many?
Two.
Two or four?
Another giraffe.
Wow.
There's another giraffe.
Alrighty, take a look coming up on the left. Let's see if we can spot anyone. Right underneath that curved tree bush looking thing right there, you can kind of see the little whites on their bodies. They are very, very hard to see, but you can kind of see
Oh,
them.
the wild
Those are
dogs.
African
What?
painted dogs. African painted dogs have
Where?
4 toes on their paws.
Where?
Right underneath that curved
They look
tree
black and white.
bush looking thing right there. I don't even know what
I
it
don't
is.
see 'em.
They have 4 toes on their paws. Their barks kind of sound like a chirp. They're very social, very communicative animals. You'll almost never see them alone. They love to be in their little groups or packs.
There.
Now take a look way in the back left there. Those are some sable antelope. And then these are, of course, Hartmann mountain zebras right here.
Some out there.
Hartmann mountain zebras are the smallest
Look
zebra.
at this guy.
They have wider stripes on their behinds.
Turn back. The tree.
Now this group of zebras right here, this is
My
known
arm,
as
I
a
can't get the
dazzle.
picture.
Now those sable antelope way in the back, found a color known as sable comes from them. Given the instance where they need to decide to fight or flight, they choose to fight and they'll fight back on their knees. They're the emblem
Get
here
out of here.
on the reserve.
Okay. Okay.
What's that?
I was leaning back so she could
Right up there, that is of course a Masai giraffe. Now, Masai giraffes have rough edge patches or spots on its body.
Another one up ahead.
Now, let me tell you, I'm actually very, very jealous of a baby giraffe. And that's because, well, they're born at about 6 feet tall. And it took me 20 years to reach that height, and that dropped like 5 seconds. So, lucky for him, I had to grow into it. But luckily enough for us, of course, we don't need big long necks like they do. They actually have the same number of vertebrae in their necks as us. That number being 7. They're just larger, more spread out than ours is. The group of giraffes is known as a tower. And once fully grown, they grow about 18 to 20 feet tall.
Right here, sitting.
Oh, and there's the baby sitting down right there. Looking at the Springbok. Springbok are the mascot of a lot of South African sports teams. They jump about 5-6 feet up in the air and 13 feet across. Each one of them weigh about 75 to 135 pounds. Alrighty, now we're approaching a knockdown tree. Any guesses as to who is big enough to knock down a big tree like this? That, of course, would probably be an African elephant. Elephants tend to get pretty angry when they can't reach the tops of the trees, so they just knock it down in order to get that food source from it. Helps out a lot of the smaller animals here on the reserve, because now they're able to get some food from the top of the trees as well. Look at that. There is an African elephant right there. Also, take a look coming up on the left. If you spot any blue, those belong to mandrills, one of the largest monkeys. Male mandrills will have the brightest blue on their face and behinds, and the most dominant mandrill will have the brightest blue on its body.
Is that like graffiti?
Yeah.
You see it, man?
Yeah. I think so.
Now, a few years ago on the reserve, we founded the Elephant and Bees Project. This was founded because elephants are great migratory animals, meaning that year after year they tend to travel to a destined hangout spot that they like to chill at. Now, eventually years go by and that spot develops into a farm. And of course, both farmers don't really appreciate that now this big guy is hanging out on its crops. So they actually found out that that big guy is scared of the littlest, tiniest thing, that being a bee. So they put some beehives in boxes, tied them up to fences. Now the next year when the elephant came back to chill in that area, it heard the sounds of the bees buzzing and decided not to bother. Decided that that year was going to be the year of a new hangout spot. It's a win-win for everyone. Kept the elephants safe, kept the farmers' crops safe, and of course now the farmers had a supply of honey.
Yeah.
Now we are approaching some tusk marks here on the right. Great sign that an elephant has, of course, been digging in this red clay, otherwise known as red clay pits, getting some minerals and vitamins from it. Kind of like if you remember a Flintstones vitamin. I'm sure it has the same chalky taste that those did. If those are even still around anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Too funny. Where? She said there's another one further on. I'm not sure where it is.
Over there. Yeah, over there.
Yeah,
Male African elephants tend to show alone, whereas the females tend to be in a group. However, if a group of male elephants are hanging out together, that's known as a bachelor herd. Elephants will flap their ears, keeping their bodies nice and cool. And an elephant's trunk actually has more muscles in it than the entire human body.
Big
you'll have to show them. I'm just looking around.
Now let's go into their watering hole here. I heard just beyond the sign, there's a nice little party going on. So let's see if we're lucky enough to spot it still. Oh my goodness, yep. Looks like we've stumbled upon Flamingochella here, throwing a nice little set of a pool party. These are greater flamingos. Greater flamingos are born gray. They get that color about 2 years into their life. Comes from beta keratin and brine shrimp. They are one of the largest flamingos, growing about 5 feet tall. Now, a group of flamingos has my favorite group name out of any animal. The name, of course, being a flamboyance. A flamboyance of flamingos. Try saying that 3 times fast. We're approaching a Baobab, which is a great sign that a rhino's around. Rhinos, just like elephants and some other animals, will cover their bodies in mud. It's actually a form of sunscreen and bug repellent for them.
Can't really take a picture of them.
Those right there, those are white rhinoceros. White rhinos get their name from a silly little game of telephone. Comes from the Afrikaans word "weit," which means wide. However, it was misheard as white. That's what coined their name there.
There you go. You'll be able to get a good picture when we come up to it. That's a nice one.
The big horns on their head, they're actually made out of the same thing our nails and hair are made out of. Not being keratin.
You can just take the picture.
You can take a picture. Yeah.
It looks like there's like some cracks in the
Here they go. Well, there's 3 of them there. 4? 3? At least 3. Oh man, look at that. Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
Alrighty, now take a look up on this hill. I can see them. Can you? Straight ahead, those are cheetahs, one of the fastest animals.
Oh wow.
Cheetahs run at 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds. Their claws stay pointed so they don't attract like a normal house cat. Helps them grip the ground when they run.
Wow.
Once fully grown, they grow about 4 to 5 feet tall.
3 seconds. You would
Or
be
tall,
dead.
long. And if the predator's in their area, they choose to just run away rather than fight back. After all, that's what they know how to do best. Run. Now we're approaching some Kopi rocks, home to some great predators taking the high ground on the reserve here. So let's see if we can spot anyone up on these rocks.
Ostrich.
Oh, there is an ostrich right there, yep.
Right over here, walking down the road. He wants to get on.
The lions.
Lions?
Lions, but that's how it's done.
Yeah, no,
Alrighty, well, that's not who I was mentioning, but looks like we're going to be playing following the leader here behind an ostrich. Daddy.
Our personal chauffeur,
Yeah.
tour guide, personal
Yeah.
tour guide. Yeah. That is cool.
The ostriches, of course, have two toes on their little legs, their paws, little feet. Hey, you're gonna cross the road? We'll be thinking. All right. Of course, what we're looking for are lions up on these rocks. Seems like the ostrich one in this moment, though. So. Alright, well thank you. The road is clear. Everyone say thanks, ostrich. Thank you. Alright, now I don't think we're going to be able to spot any lions right now. That's because they sleep about 18 to 20 hours a day.
Wow.
Female lions go out and hunt during the day, whereas a male lion will stay home and rest. So that's probably the case. She's somewhere out here hunting and he's laying down on the rocks. What a sleepy little boy he is.
I can't believe how
Now these burrows here are home to one of the largest burrowing animals, those of course being warthogs. Warthogs will stick their little tusks out of their burrows whenever they take a little nap. It's an act of quick self-defense in case a predator comes and wakes them up.
Here's one here. That's the one that was on
Alright. Is he trying to race us? Okay, he's picking up speed there. Hey! Is it really talking to us right now?
His mouth is going up and down.
That is so silly.
Probably said, hey, I was here first.
Well, it seems like I know why he's coming over here. Because down on the right, those are some pretty large eggs. Those, of course, belonging to ostriches. One of the largest birds they are. Each one of those eggs weighs about 3 pounds. Now, 2 dozen chicken eggs fit inside of one ostrich egg. Whereas I know it's going to sound surprising, 2 dozen ostrich eggs do not fit inside one chicken egg. Who knew? Now we're approaching my warden's post here. However, he is out of town, but he left us to know that he has some friends maintaining his environment for him while he's gone. So let's see who he left in charge. And oh my goodness, would you look at what's taking over the post? None only than the Nigerian dwarf goats. Nigerian dwarf goats are very, very playful. They love to climb. They also love to eat. They'll eat pretty much anything, which I'm pretty sure that's why he left them in charge. They maintain his environment for him. And in return, he gave them a nice home to live at. And right there in the middle of that yellow box, that's the elephant and bees box that we were talking about earlier.
See the one on the
All of these are great examples of humans and animals coexisting and benefiting each other out. Because unfortunately, a lot of the animals that we saw today on the reserve are endangered. However, Disney started the Disney Conservation Fund, which helps protect animals just like the ones we saw today all over the world and their habitats. Any merchandise retailer here in the village accepts any donation, and Disney will match dollar for dollar any amount. Of course, no donation is too big or too small, and it takes more than just you and me to help these animals. It takes all of us. So just by donating, you'll get a really cool souvenir button from it to help spread the message. The only place in all of Disney property that you can get that really, really cool souvenir, which helps spread the message to protect and conserve these animals that we know and love so much all over the world. All right, now one final pool party as we exit the reserve here. What a beautiful way to say goodbye. Woo! However, here in Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye because that's far too sad and far too final. So instead, we say the Swahili phrase, kwaherini, which means go well. Friends, I hope y'all had as much fun as I did driving you around the reserve today. Hope y'all got to see so many of your favorite animals. My name is Michael from Tulare, California. Take this time now to gather any personal belongings before we depart. You don't want to leave them behind with me. I will take them. To lost and found, of course. You are on board Simba 1 for all my wilderness explorers on board today. Just a second, we'll be docking. Now, as soon as we do sadly depart, friends, my name is Michael from Tulare, California. Kwaherini, go well. Have a great, great day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Go out there and make a difference today. Most importantly, though, have a wild, wild rest of your day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom, friends. My friends on the right, please watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Those doors will be opening. Watch your step on the way out. Kwaherini, friends. Have a great day today, guys.
Michael, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Have a great day, you guys. Thank you.
If you want another dose of Disney magic, click the video or playlist here. And if you enjoyed this one, join the Small World grid today so you don't miss out on any future adventures.